Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor, and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Libra. If Libra is your solar, lunar, ascendant/rising sign, then this is a message for you. Okay, let's get started. And so our card tonight is the Eight of Wands. And this card is related to swiftness. Okay, let's see what these tea leaves have to say. Hello, TT. Hello. Why don't you come over here before we get... Come on. Do you want me to hold you? Come on. I would be happy to cuddle you. Oh, there you go. All right. And so if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next videos are coming out. All right. All right. So, I immediately am drawn to this formation right up here. And it looks like we have a person who is kind of standing with their arm raised. I see behind them a little puppy, okay? And maybe another person even behind. But immediately I think this is kind of a almost a call to action. There is a sense of some kind of situation where you are really kind of you are impassioned to kind of, rise up and lead the way, and and I don't think that this is necessarily a sense of conflict, but I do think that there is there's something that you feel very involved with. I wonder if this is maybe like an interest you have, if this is maybe like a social, oops, you're gonna fall, be careful. If this is maybe like a social movement or some kind of thing that you volunteer for, or something, something that you are that you find really, you're gonna fall right over. You can't sleep like that, silly. Okay, don't bite me though. That's not nice. I'm just trying to keep you from falling backwards. So anyways, I think that, and you know what? I love you. I love you. You gotta go though. Here, jump. Go on. Let mommy do her readings. Okay, so I think it's something that you have an involvement with. So, something. I don't know the specifics exactly. But I do think that you have relationships within this matter. Okay. And with the dog, almost always anyways, I think of it as somebody who is very loyal to you. So like a best friend. Okay, somebody who you have a great companionship with. Somebody who you love, honor, respect. They love, honor, respect you. Okay? Now, I think that, looking at this, there is it's scattered. And it feels anxious to some degree. But we also have right here a little kind of mer person. And, this usually is one of two things. They're either the siren, where they're kind of, tempting you to your demise, or they are somebody who can swim in those kind of unconscious waters. If you would think of your vast unconsciousness or subconscious as a big ocean, right? And there are these beautiful mer people who can swim through them swiftly and with precision and pick out beautiful symbols and abstracts and pieces of ideas and archetypes and kind of take them from the water and bring them up and so it is birthed into your psyche in a way that is accessible. I think of it as more like this. So I think that there really is this turn towards some kind of passionate creative project, conceptualization. I feel like this really is something that you feel so moved by. So I wonder if there is not some kind of catalyst, if some event happened, if it is something involving you or if it is something kind of in the community, but it really has you in this place of feeling quite connected. I feel that you feel like you have something to say, you can do something, and you're going to get involved. Right? And I think that that's probably through some kind of creative process, to be also maybe be of service, to donate your time, and maybe that kind of is wrapped up in also this creative endeavor. Okay. Let's see. What else do we have going on here? So we have a Z, and we have a Z, and we have a heart right next to it. And I'm going to take a drink. I'm sorry. I've done a few readings, and as you can tell by my stuffiness, I'm getting the stuff really. I'm getting sick. And so I'm going to have to take some sips. So I'll try to stay away from the microphone here so you don't have to listen to me, but I apologize in advance for that. So we have a Z and a heart. Okay, so maybe you know somebody with a Z name. Maybe this is a word, a company, a movement, I don't know. But it seems like it is something related to this place of passion. Okay. And ultimately, I'm just seeing these flowers. There's a flower right here. And there's flags. And I kind of almost think of this as I'm looking at it. And I think of this as you coming into this place where you want something for yourself, and you want something for your people, for your family, for your children, your loved ones, your immediate community. It feels very amplified and very, right now, it's intense. This clarity that you have to start doing something to make sure that there is a way forward. Okay, that the nature of reality is not as it once was, nor has it ever stayed the same. It will always shift. And I feel like, there's this sense of, with the flowers, kind of sowing your seeds, okay? And I think of this as really taking your time to learn things, to gain skill sets, to know how to do practical things. to take care of yourself, to take care of your family, to teach them, to make sure that they also know how to take care of themselves. I can also think of, forging relationships with people close to you in your community, getting to know people. Maybe it's not in your nature to usually be out there, talking to the neighbors, getting involved with local businesses and so on. But there feels to be a reason for this. And I feel like now more than ever, you have a great love for the community around you. I think that you feel very much more than maybe any other time in your life. You feel like you are in the place that feels like home. This is, the people that, you want to live around in this community. If it's small, if it's large, it doesn't matter. But this is your neighborhood. This is your block. This is, your little town, your little city that you live in. And, you are seeing that things are shifting, and they, like I said, they always do. I'm not trying to, make it seem like anything's happening more so than it does any other time. We often like to lull ourselves into a sense of security that things are, things have always been this way, and these are traditions, and this is how it's done. Well, if you really look at a lot of this stuff that we talk about, or we've been taught, I know I've been disillusioned by things that I thought were long-standing traditions in my families or my communities, and come to find out they're things that have been going on for maybe, 30 years, 40 years, whatever. And so we must, we must realize that things are never always going to be the same. Nothing is in a fixed state. And with that knowledge, you can succumb to either, the chaos of it all, or, make something meaningful of that, right? And I think that this is what I'm seeing. There is a sense of empowering yourself, and empowering those that are around you. Okay. And I think that this is a lot of the work of the Libra person. I say this in a lot of readings for you Libras. Healers, mediators, the counselors, the therapists, the, people who do different kinds of community work, education within the community, teachers, professors, whoever, whatever it is. I believe that a lot of Libra people are really drawn to this kind of social work. Okay. And, usually have the temperament to do the work. Not to say that you are unemotional, because you are very emotional people, but you have the ability to navigate difficult places like some of us cannot. I personally, I'm a big softie. I fall apart easily. I really am way too emotional. I'm very affected by things deeply, as we all are, but I don't keep it together, But, I do think that I look at Libras and I think, first responders, people who work in the medical field, these difficult jobs, sometimes, often, so thankless. Nobody, not that nobody takes the time, but people don't give the love and accolades to the people who keep up the infrastructures of this world, enough. And, I don't know. I've been thinking about this for the last few days. The truck drivers, during these holidays, but all the time. Truck drivers, the sanitation people, Just I was a waitress for a long time. Food industry people. It's just the work is hard. You have to have some amount of love for people, for keeping things moving and going. And, a Libra person really truly is the embodiment of that in my mind. Of course there are other signs as well, but I see a Libra as somebody who gives much of themselves. Okay. And so, this new thing, it is really something you care a lot about. And I think it's something that really is bringing that passion back to you more so than it has been. Okay, so something important on the horizon here. And I'm looking at this, I'm seeing hearts, check marks, and flowers again. Yes, and fish. Okay, so the hearts, of course, love, passion, really putting your all into it. And then we have the check marks, which really is getting the tasks done, having the list. Okay, a list of things. The fish, abundance, really making something out of what you're doing. And the flowers, that is the sowing the seeds. Things are growing. They're taking hold. They're taking root. And the work is important. Okay? Even if it feels like it's not. I always love those little like clickbait stories. I always fall for them. Where it's like different people who've planted trees like on their property. And they're like reforesting areas and so on. And I always just think like the work that you put into that, the work that goes into figuring out that how that is going to, how the trees are going to thrive together. But then, so often, how long does anybody really get to be with in the environment that they have spent all this time loving and caring for? And it really is a labor of the heart, a labor of creating a better future, right? Of something that will endure in its own way, something that is selfless, just a beautiful thing, definitely. So let's go ahead and look at these Happier Me affirmation cards. You can tell I'm getting to the end of the road here with my throat, my nose. It's all dry. It's all stuffy and dry at the same time. Who knows how that happens? How does that happen? All right. It says, I deserve all the good that comes my way. And we have these beautiful koi. For more empowerment, add this affirmation. I now release all negative beliefs about myself. I now release all negative beliefs about myself. Yeah, that's a good one. Yes. All right. Let's see here. Libra, I want to say thank you. Thank you for spending this time with me. It is always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you. And I apologize this didn't come out on its normal day, but, we had a lot going on. Holidays. Being a parent during the holidays. I have to say, really shout out to all the people in my life that made holidays so magical for so many years. I am now realizing how much blood, sweat, and tears they put into, making things nice. And shout out to all the people out there doing the same for others. You guys are You are the magicians. You really are. So, if you would be so kind as to like the video, it really does help the channel so much. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next videos are coming out. And it is free to subscribe. If you'd like to leave a comment, please do. I read them all. They mean a lot to me and other people. I know other people read them. They like them. I know a lot of you support one another in the comments, and it's a beautiful thing to see. And what else here? I think that's it. Really, just please take care of yourself. We're, ramping up to the new year, and it's just kind of a weird time here between all of these different holidays that have been going on, and then we're getting into this new year time, and who knows what day it is. I don't know. But just be careful when you're out there driving and moving around and everything. Please, stay safe and go slow and take your time, and yeah. All right, I love you. We'll talk in just a few days here. Thank you, Libra.